Hey there, humanists. So here's the deal with Afghanistan. I'm going to assume that everyone vaguely knows what's going on um, in like current events. And I just want to get to, is it a good thing that the US has pulled out of Afghanistan, and have they done it in a good way? If you want to know anything else, then you should tune in next week, next Friday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time to see the whole breakdown of what's led up to the pullout from Afghanistan and the takeover by the Taliban and all of that. But again, here's the deal now. It is a good thing that we are pulling out of Afghanistan, and we need to do it next to unequivocally. Like, we need to get out, because the longer we're in, the longer we're not really helping um, the people of Afghanistan. We need to get our troops out, and we need to get everyone who is affiliated with us out together. That's something like of a big point. We need to actually get those 80 plus thousand interpreters and allies out of Afghanistan with us, because we kind of do owe it to them, just morally, not necessarily because we promised, but because if we want to be the moral cops of the world in any way, we need to do it less with guns and more with just maybe taking in refugees from of people from countries that are not safe for those people, not democratic, right? We want to have a democratic republic here, and we want people. We want America to be the best country, so we should want people to come here and live here who agree with that sentiment and who want a safe haven, because that's what this country was kind of founded on, being a safe haven. That said, Biden's choice to pull out from Afghanistan was a good choice. And I think he's a little dumb, to say the least. I don't think he's given a lot of good justifications overall, but we'll get into that next week. But I do think that sticking to his guns for at least 50% of his reasoning is good. We do need to get out. We've been there too long, no matter how long we stayed, or if we got out 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. There were 300,000 trained Afghan army soldiers, and they just basically dropped their guns and surrendered. Not all of them, but enough of them for the Taliban to take over in 11 days. That was 20 years of propping up this government. What more could we do? Honestly. Best we can do now is get out and help people get out who don't want to be there anymore. Not just the allies, but people who don't want to live under the Taliban. But there's a lot of people who do, who are okay with that. A lot of people want an Islamic State who live in Afghanistan. And we need to let that be, not because it's right, but because it's not our right to interfere with other people's countries, especially if we stand for democracy. This is Mac, Gray Skeptic. I hope to see you next week on the LEAH podcast. We'll see you then. Stay humanist.